Hey, Jordan.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I just want to say thank y'all so much for coming on the Dream Builders podcast. We have a special guest, Jordan Mascé with Jordan Mascé Marketing. And just want to let y'all know our mission is to help buyers, sellers, agents, and small businesses and nonprofits connect with the resource and knowledge to achieving their goals. We want to learn about what does Jordan do with marketing. She is a rock star here in the Savannah community. Look, really like I am so intrigued. I've been Googling her business and I want to be able to update y'all on what she's all about. So, Jordan, what inspired you to start Jordan Mache Marketing?
Yeah, so I have over 10 years of experience in the digital marketing space. Throughout those years, I have worked alongside super talented marketers, both teammates and clients. I've helped create really incredible campaigns for some of the world's largest brands, but I
Okay.
also grew up in a household of two entrepreneurs. So I learned at a super early age the influence that local and small businesses have on our communities. And I believe that local businesses really deserve the same amount of marketing support and attention that the large companies have the means to purchase. So that's really what inspired me to start Jordan Mache Marketing. I think when approached thoughtfully, marketing can be a really easy tool to find success in your local communities. And I think, with the vision of helping small businesses thrive in their communities, that's what I can bring to the small businesses.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And what big business or corporation have you done in the past?
Yeah, so just a few logos. Comcast, US Express, a major trucking company, Delta Airlines, Mercedes-Benz. So I lived and worked in Atlanta for 7 years, so a lot of Atlanta-based brands.
For sure. Well, I am a Georgia State alumni, so I love Atlanta, Georgia. So, how has your approach to digital marketing evolved over the past decade?
Yeah, so I think one of the most fun aspects of my job is that digital marketing changes every single day. And then one of the most challenging aspects of my job is that digital marketing changes every single day.
Mhm.
Um, so when I started in this industry over 10 years ago, businesses were really just starting to dabble in social media and digital marketing. Um, Facebook was a place to post pictures of your family and your vacations and what you were eating for dinner, not a place to promote your business. So obviously, over the years, times have changed, and many businesses today use digital marketing as their primary means of advertising. Um, but entering the marketing industry at such a critical time was really influential to my current approach because instead of focusing on the output, instead of focusing on the social media channel or what could change or what could go wrong, I have shifted my approach to focusing on the customer. So, where is the customer already at instead of forcing them to be somewhere where they might not want to be is an approach that can allow you to come off as super impactful and authentic um, as a way to kind of tune your customers into your brand.
Okay, okay, okay. So, why is it so important for small business owners to develop the brand identity? I mean, before launching, we know that the biggest thing is the marketing campaigns. Like, so why is that?
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, before I started Jordan Mache Marketing, I was working with big brands, Fortune 500 companies. And these brands had super strong teams, layers of support, massive budgets, and their marketing strategies were typically super complex, time consuming, extensive, lots of red tape. But at the end of the day, they produced solid results. And so when you take that time and that effort to sit down and create your brand identity, you're going to see that reflected in the outcome. Brand identities really help small businesses stand apart from their competitors, especially those competitors who are those corporate companies who can't afford the luxury of offering lower prices or more convenience. So when you have that clear identity and it clearly communicates to your customers why you stand apart and why you outshine your competitors, you'll market yourself as a clear solution.
Okay. So with small businesses with identity, you talked about the corporation, the bigger picture, but with small businesses, they are smaller than corporations. So how can they stand out than a corporation, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So it's really taking the same steps as a corporation would take. It's saying, okay, why did I start my business? Why am I passionate about my business? And how is my solution, my product or service serving my customers?
Hmm.
So it's figuring out all of those things and then learning how to communicate that in a way that your customers can understand and grasp why they should buy your products.
Okay. And just to go a little bit deeper in creating authentic, meaningful marketing. I mean, how can we authentic side is that sorry, how can we make that the key factor, right? So if we're creating authentic, meaningful content or marketing, how can we make that, the main part?
Yeah, so authenticity is key and really anything that you do. People want to connect with other people, not things. So, in my opinion, when working with small businesses, no one knows the business better than the business owner. Anyone can conduct research, do a competitive analysis, look at some industry stats, but at the end of the day, it's the business owner who is on the front lines of the challenges, the success, the aspirations. They are the reason that the doors stay open, and they have the passion for their business.
Hmm.
So allowing the business owner and the stakeholders to play an active role in building that brand strategy and identity is really the key to creating that authentic voice and that authentic brand.
Yeah.
So, when the people who are providing the products and services feel aligned with their messaging, the customers will then feel aligned as well.
Okay, okay. And sorry all that. I was having so much a hard time with saying authentic or
It's okay.
authenticity. I'm still having a hard time. I don't know what's going on. However, how is Jordan Mache marketing different from other marketing firms or brands? If we
Yeah.
talk frequency.
Yeah. So I approach marketing in a different way than some people do or some companies do, because in my opinion, it's not a one size fits all.
Okay.
Um, there's so many tools and good tools and resources on the internet that can allow you to kind of plug and play. But when you approach it through a lens of um, treating a small business as an individual versus just another company or an object, you really start to break down the personality behind the brand. And
Hmm.
when you can identify and understand that personality, that's when you're able to pull out those little nuggets that make you stand out, and make your customers say, oh, I want to buy from them or I want to work with them instead of somebody else.
Okay. And I like just doing like a little bit of research, right? I heard that like the text, the logo, everything matters when you want to relay a message. Like I think Rolex, their font is different because it's supposed to mean luxury. So with Jordan Mache marketing, how can we determine if I'm like a client or, if I'm a client, how can you determine my brand if I don't even know what my brand's about?
Yeah, so that's kind of the exciting part of building it together.
Mhm.
So when I work with customers, the first thing that I do is research. So I ask them questions, I get to know a little bit about them personally and their business. And then I go back and I look into things like their competitors, and not just competitors that they're directly competing with, but those businesses and people that might be an inspiration to them, where they might say, they're not one of my direct competitors today, but I want to be in their position in 5, 10 years. So that's one step, is understanding what the market looks like in terms of competition. And then the next two steps are what's going on in your industry. Things like the economy usually play a big role, especially small businesses. How is that impacting your day to day? And then the biggest piece of the puzzle is your audience. So, how does your audience want to be marketed to? How do they perceive your product or service or your industry? And how can you tailor your identity to really meet them where they are and make sure that they feel connected to your brand?
Okay. Okay. And are you the only member of your team or is there other members on your team?
So I am the only member of Jordan Mache Marketing. However, there's so many different elements to marketing. A lot of times people think, oh, I need a website. That's marketing. Oh, I need a logo. That's marketing. Oh, I need help with social media, Google. And all of those things do fall under that marketing umbrella. But by focusing on the branding, that's really where I can help. And then all of those other things that I don't do, I have partners that I bring in to support.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.